Oasis Specialist Hospital Kisii ensemu yukurwa obukorori gucia sabasubati barya bwibwatanitie nigigo kumanya igoro y'obukorori obusera burya bakurwa gucia sebare.
Tumekuwa na majadiliano mengi kuhusu hali yao ya afya wanapokuwa wajawazito, punde tu wanapogundua kuwa wako wajawazito na wanapoendelea hadi wakati wa kujifungua. Tumeongelea masuala kadhaa kama vile lishe bora, afya ya mama, umuhimu wa kuja kwenye kliniki, umuhimu wa kujua vipimo vyako vya kliniki unapokuwa mjamzito.
Ngukumanya bare iguru yesabari ya antenatal postnatal care iguru yindagire kwegumwana Gusii nutrition, eye checkup, pelvic exercises na buigo general consultation.
Tuko na pediatrician, tuko na gynecologist na general doctors na nurses ambayo watakuwa ready kuwasaidia kwa hiyo safari ya ujauzito.
Amasomo twanyorire yengecho wansira buno ko tate sabari yo konyoro oyo ko gogori omwana kwenda nere sabari yonsi mpaka kuno gokini omwana oyo
ni atore NHIF card nige ukava korwa maternity mpaka ikero kwenda nyumba
batariringa kikindi cyonsi imeyumucyukisi angene sukuru yo kwegeria iguru y'ububwenya ya KMTC gosoba kirisimi asinamba enotisano noibere eyemo marakabire inyeyemo enotisano isate noti. Oasis Health, together for better. Asegati yaito ntobwata abantu bali nobolema n'abantabwa mbabwata magani yabo mbabwate byewa mbasomete nabuigo mbatagitama baga asemeremo nakubwatisiwa asubugima bwokera lituko
inyura obolema igorobole inyura kerema nkerikosekwa inyura ekerema ngechiche
nakyoge kogera asumuruburyo bwobolema asubugima Jared Wilberforce niga gukoretera ensemo iliyotamanyiti igoro yabo
turabe tugwesemia kwemanyia na kwegokia ase amanganonsi pi ali arengete abantu baito abali no bolema ayekwarorire bagotenga
tera rituko ria Jumanne chinsa isano nemo chia mogaso no moiroro rituko ria Jumapili chinsa isato nenusu chia butuko oborema asubugima imeya Ndizi TV. Nyamaka Multi-Handling Services yekubwatrana nensemo y'obulimi obutugi bwetugo n'ekinswe y'eserikali y'ekaunti ya Nyamira nige gukorentera amorokerero y'umwaka bw'ekiri bwibire n'emirongo ibiri n'esatu a Agricultural and Trade Exhibitions and Family Fun Fair ery'ogusukia busyo ebirenka by'emanifesto y'ekaunti ya Nyamira by'obulimi manufacturing trade for sustainable economic growth egati yalyoranyorororo nobokoreri bw'ekibengi ao chikampani ao kyokorokereria iguru y'amang'ana y'obulimi bwensi buli bwanchete kurigereria iguru y'ebyegwa gose talent n'ekigosori ky'abana amarokereria yo nigarakorekane guchakira rituko ria Jumatano kitariki 5 goika kitariki 10 cy'umutinyi 12 ase skuru y'oburuso ya Nyamira DEP yere kimite miye muchuka kurwa stage nene y'Kigali imeye town ya Nyamira bono iliyokumanya mange iguru y'amorokereria yo buna konyora libaga iliyo nayo boyo mobo akesimi ase namba enoti 52 ibere yemo isano nemo ibere enoti 53 isano nemo kianda gose enoti 52 isano 53 isano na ibere nye enoti maragatatu eyemo gose enoti 52 inye yemo isato isano kianda ibere isato inye gosobari kireri uko guchiase Eric Makanga 01@gmail.com boigo mbabwateribaga ryukwegeka Kigali utariwakanira iryogosoa asamorokereria yo abantu abanene nigo bagwakana shilingi 150 na boigo abane 100 yoka agirira bwango bwenyorere ribaga na boigo gwikira nororo asama tukayo iryubwe manya mange na boigo 200 bekire iryogosuka busyo Ndizi Ndizi TV ubwansu bw'omugusi.
Mbia mwana mwanju muri Ndizi TV andonse sobe na nechinga gichaba nko kwari kabisa atkaldo gira seking segirigi tutokana na bagani baito kirali tukira Jumatatu jagerense ya maneno sumbaga 15 seto kone tuanyori wasini kone ngwero beri twarenge kone naye no ore Asset TV yao ande no asinsema mitandao ya YouTube na Ndizi TV News Digital inesema ya Facebook boyo asinsema ya YouTube na bota nyora Ndizi TV News wana bagani bane bayikira Asset Studio sema mbia boniga tukujukwanda amange ane mtu atakatura sioli turarigeri orobotu ruwabotu twe ni dialogue committee ruwabotu turi tukuregoro bakora na waipa muraibu kyama kya waipa kalonzo msioka bagora somo kwa Azimio moja no muraibu abange asebunge nene kimani ichungwa mbabate koro mbabate kotoro boti oru lakini tuorene witero roboti oru babagega gen abantu mpara abamu doroje no yokabeire means advance nere Eugene Wamarwa na kanda devana injetindi korobeka sei ekiagera ebintu byatakerego kwanwarie nande biri kwompiyo no emata karwa ne twarro kwando tena ya roboti oro ndoriruya bayonto jumra ibwense kara sense me kanser na tena biribetirie ere no kwempress tuskigo chibosi ekiagera nero enjire mukore ndo mwachibodia pono ngujuru kwana yo mangira banyona roboti oro turamanya usiru wasokire ikiagera nabora nyorena ayi kwasemera dina roboti oro ntwa ibete bagadana no juru kwanda obogima gosebirengo byobogime baba Kenya byakongire kitaxi jiuginagere litugo ebirengo bibunga byakongire amana afya no roche ga ibintu gete bono yabeira komwasinini into junya kwana semambi yaboniga kerabagani bane bayikira studio asemambi yaboniga boigo tujugura aligeli aberatatu siasa namagendero asorongura usi nichikobole abara yabaikirana baro namagendero akolirwe we umwako yo yamatu abara ibabero busensia segendrede bongora kona torigoro yamatemo yasogete boniga kone tiambaliga ni asenchera yabena semambi yaboniga tojage toramanya osura amanya baragto na barabo ase studio asemambi bone kone uchumbe yao SMS yao niko yotoma gwetera ase namba ya 0792192834 koja ase studio libodira ni kubabori ko se comment yao abotoko yarigani asemambi yaboni ne Ndizi TV bonsmusi bon tuachagire engamba yaito asemambi yaboni denja kira soko pokwane gukoligega ara tambato ara tukwan turamani gotornere ase studio karibu sana
mbia mono muraria
asante
mbia mono anenda soko ngalika goja ase studio ino gaiga ukwaniri mabere asamarieta nkorukumochoge rinde justice sito no gabo getutu aja south ewa
uya sana igonu betina nero tornere justice mochoge asemambi yaboniga kurukitu jaje south asemambi yaboni antangira na soko pokwana goko begaiga ndori no mageni ase studio asemambi ono karibu sana mbia mono muraria na tigankwanie abarigerere bonse bandisi na kubasabire mambiengia asamarieta Ben Gisore omorike omonene bw'ikiama gya Kenya National Congress na ende omonyakirogo bwe kiombekeria gekokunga Taifa Democratic Coalition ekiwono kebwate the minority leadership in Kisii County tiga tonyare gosemania asobwororo ande ngosaba abantu baito banyare kwerigereria asamangana ya togochugokwana tonyare kurigereria abantu akintu erigereria ngaintwe what inkitogo contribute ochia sebidi toroche birebibe osibidi birebia kyagerekere kemo ekego chakana inche osena hayi ewa wezana ko manjumi kwibira bagani bane bara studio semambia moto yokwana mange ododena oikaranso iki onyamanya yonstora jukwana na bokoro musado wedera sena beyira screen yabo ya 0792192834 ase emambi yaboniga toskina mbaka omweri bona so uchakera dodene tojukwana enkwana chinkwana gati ya Kenya Kwanza na Azimio ichi irede bakaenda kokwana alia ase ebol sensema ya Bomas of Kenya bare to robot ruwa na tojukwana asobogari kono tutara igoro tienda boli abusaba na amatemu na sogete ebwangoiga kana matemu ayo asogete ebwangoiga justice ntwaro jena abandu gwe mirungari bale barangana amatemu ayo asogeta KCP na kioroje boy gonto na Gusii amachuku kokosu asinini yore amatemu ya KCSE agendera na kiora kwane ngani
Mbiamano. Ende tigangi na ringa tawana. Kitani mbiamano naenda soko tualika ujase studio ga. Ege statement whatever na ntwago wake. Ntali yake ntwago sumono sana.
Ntwago sumono.
Mono sana. Because ogosalia amatemu y'umwana yo mogo sababere litanga ni the average ye the average ye district inse go say county inse and at the end of the day you destroy a maisha y'umwana in a family yabo. So enginju twarora abana ba amatemu ko teba ya form 4 na iwo na abana ba ko kumyoki uchina ba go Kiwa ntura rukiri tiri kusiba friski bago cheki we ndeka birevyo and then the emphasis yakabe kwa sensema ya Gusii image nationally gekole the image embe therefore even the certificate y'umwana urwete Gusii anywhere ewanza kubiku in question marks so telling either abantu ba examination council or abantu be ministry there is something about that to prove and maybe according to them they have proved it no more serious itomachogu probably nero ole kulikiwa so ba wakikisha ne county ya sarekire so I leave it with the ministry and the Kenya National Examination tocha samatemu ya so get standard 8 according to me aso bwenge the entire examination is supposed to be cancelled or recalled back. According to me. School, more especially the academies, that have been messed up. And the ones who are this is the first time the academies were with Tamatem in the expense of public schools. That has not happened. Most of these academic schools, Jones P, are affected from the international set green Gusii, and so many others. There must have been sababu nero aidha batage to promote public schools against private schools egento kende a max igari mixed up totally mixed up almost every school by the way yegakana jiskuru chinyingi therefore a max yali okonyora no na abana bande bago chingira buna barolire baetire some of us we feel that it is false results. Therefore, the best Kenya National Examination Council is to recall the entire examination back, remark it properly, moderate it. We still have time. We still have time. Generally, then come back.
Mbiamano asiri bodi eri tangani tigandara kera mbiamano bali bado omanyete nonya na sama tanga okay still elezo nero roro koraki okorani bado mbali warenta to bonyankongo Gusii rightfully or not but you know for Gusii it's on the record ekero tugocha mangana yeche semi obonyankongo mboro number 2 ejika asende te kongosa kiagereri tairi tangani tuise kurigereri ejene trend ya beire kogenda ti bori njenkwe bori nerimo oyo no mutenyo 10 okay onya na abana guchichi skuru mbabwate mpaka mutenyo January uye 10 noro uye 12 noro kurubakura matemu garenge kumakigwa asoka after Christmas
kurubokoro
ibono igendo ntamanyete nkeringa inkieke igarero giacha tukominyokinga gwikatosokia matemu abana over 500,000 bakoreta matemu inkieke igagetubiterete ingagwika results chi abana over 500,000 chitoke within 2 weeks that's number 1 question so you see the process itself okay we need to understand and assuming there is goodwill of doing the right thing but the time you know and tarichi there is no registration ya chitenga we kama temuga koriro asoka after 2 weeks endete iyo ingai ingetu achaka gushiringeri chingaki to kwajera sibingo correct nguminyoki gutore we have seen this has been a trend and you wonder why. You see they say Hari has no blessings. That's number one. But it's true ingai okay December ngitogokora. You know you cannot tell me inga ekera matemu asogete in December you take your time omwibori omaite ngomwana ngo chefo omwani omwana konya maite ngoyongo eta omanyete before matemu atarazo go mwibori ngo tenga mwana one go chiare school get. So there is nothing helping.
My brother, it's not even the issue na ki omwana oyu na namanyete omwana ngo etali. It is the policy ya serikali, it is a transition. Abana bonse bakora the standard 18 ko yenda bali was form 1. So there is no issue na ki.
So what is the problem?
Precisely
The time.
Kilo mwibuli nama yentino mwana ya ukora for standard 8 form 1 ya ukora form 1 ya uji ne serikali ne policy na every child after form standard 8 we kagende form 1. So the issue ne na ki purpose ili kunyimyo kilinya soki baada ya 1 week emana konyore what 110 hairs doesn't make sense igekogera
ikono kwa yeribaya yereti mpaka makosa kabamani.
But it
is necessary na baka magosa kaba amagosa ya ndege intentional.
Before allow me to differ. Assuming there is goodwill na magosa ingondeta yobwate any intention yogo kora kende kebe. Are you seeing? Tiwiki chivere egento kia kaire 2 months. Are you seeing? No nyane computer yo kekeroko yo overwork. Na bego jam. Okay? Assuming from the human perspective, good will ngonga bakore the right thing. But now to go technically within 2 weeks again to you know 500,000 we say 500,000 students also spreading and you are analyzing their results for 2 months. The error konyora nekeru ya squeeze it the same number within 2 weeks you can see. But number 2 tora chaiga. There has always been an issue in Gusii. And I'm on record. Otanga, we are our own enemies. Turachakira chimine aba waziri mbarenga tuatuadire semi Gusii. We don't need to answer. We have seen including a very senior politician in Kisii. Oh, take pride tigankobori. Chiskurire ngachi asiekire. Igesa matemu igesa abantu bachaka go position chika guru. Tell me 2 schools. I'm challenging you on to school even chiasikire.
Gusii.
Nationally. But you will only remember Yakeminja. Why? Because in Twabanyana, yani Twigete, and you know it was our own who was at the helm. To one or to Gachaka go fantasizing and Yakeminja to Kanya explain what it means, which is unnecessary. Okay? No Montonde, I remember another gentleman twice. Nabunaba waziri Gusii, according to that. When we had Form 6, I was a very young boy, I think in class 3. From Alliance, I can say, because it's a long time, in the class 3, it was again waziri Gusii, also get a go chaka buna, Gusii and Alliance, you're correct? So in Gusii, before we start, okay, we are not defending our community. We always look, Tonga Chombe, Chirichirochenga, the pasture is green on the other side, without knowing we are killing Yegesa Kugeito. Number 3. Buna bono nkwaro cha mangana ya matemu abana bawe chaka koba free seat after bacha exam bodi no bonyaka. Okay, we had all the time ejira abana batara so amatemu bago check. When you do that, it's totally wrong. You cannot tell me Nyambari, assuming Nyambari and Javiret. And I saw, and I have very many friends outside, but I never Gusii, who were making jokes, and for me, I don't take it lightly. Okay? Keroko Nyanga Nyambari, assuming in Javiret. Terrible. Assuming because David. Omo principal Nyambari. Asa Arweta he was performing. Are you telling me that it's a miracle? Nyambari is a national school, taking the best of the Prince of Kisii. So Obo Nyakabuna body, we need Bunaba Gusii totene na motorebo na kena ko tore boarding and twabanyene bi total agenda. What is our contribution?
Bono grato kwera na mocho kero bono torore amangana ndukora sama matem joso asito bigito ya bene hekaroroje na amadeba KCB na sogete lakini abatu bukurikana Gusii twakwaneirwe matebno KCC ataraera hatara magi wa ataraja nto expect egente kia sama chibwa yana na KCC karibu tubia toverere
na kick na otevelio moralia number 1 na otevina ki either the Ministry of Education or the Kenya National Examination Council they had something to prove which they have already done ngencho yo minto my colleague ya ukwa na gali na school na chabo nyambali and the rest so the Kenya National Examination and the ministry is preparing cases or is preparing Gusii that matemo ino kusoka next time tayo entonkeyo because you have narrow jasenga city sometimes back as well tebana ki karra screen saga screen out na ki there is some exam leakage in Busia Kisumu stream Mombasa yaherera abuo lakini ni Kisii it goes the national media azagoteba nyambali njakorete kintu gite abantu gite muchumbe kumwe center manager at the principal na bwate tu ndabwete bla 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 mangana ya matema so it's already magnified with the point in elina aida amatem ka uja soka buya batebe gasogete bya because ye wasiri ye wasiri enko iberere igesa wasiri yakabere ka uja soka bobe batebe na ke norogerende igasoka bobe because igesa kukia wasiri yanjite koibera that's why amatem abet cancelled for some other schools kusaba abana we are being prepared and I think whoever was planning either from the examination council to embarrass Gusii, to embarrass school Gusii, that person has already proved it because it's already in the media. So there is no way, I don't think it will be a miracle, which are among the best schools in this country, as a the image has already been damaged. And therefore, Skurgete West Muranga, Skurgete South Muranga, Skurgete Nyaribari Masabe, Skurgete Kitutu Masawa, they have been messed up. And therefore they don't expect anything good. So according to me, we expected the worst, and the worst is actually coming. The most important thing, Keria, my brother Kwana, Gusii uyu, Gusii binatole, temandose tuara giretuwe. Have we ever come together, speak? To kwanege to affect you Gusii na leadership to bwate stick no Gusii
abon ko to ju kwana ali siasa ya ito akato itase kinzi ya siasa to kwana na ngota ke to toreta mu to kwana ndio girimo amu to kwana lakini nataka na kwana tora sema ya ingwane ya Kenya Kwanza Azimio ya rete tena na turaenda lakini wana ngukora tore ngukwanore ngukora tore itfofo tuende CPC mwadene wana ya chira kile kondo je torega product nyingi mna jeno product ya 844 CPC na nyamne goja nete bakana none bari kwaje libona tukore 844 to so CBC ke barabara jena bono 844 kwenda kabisa nyame alete nime chande na bono bata kete koje tinde kabisa tukore ekaro commentary ni ke ngana kwa bata
mbemano naenda I will concur with my brother obwana nobo Gusii titobu ati mugondo togo chikoira bana tingongo ngare chiare ekero guchiesa nesemi yo mwana wo Gusii negesa kuboita okay and this one we have to also remember Boniga we are transiting from 844 to CBC I remember kero in Jama among the early entrants were 844 I remember when I get class 7 but if I quoted the other system abari barenge I remember bangwana babere bakoru form 4 bagoja kuirora class 7 bakaba my classmates because the system konya correct ya siekiro so boni gekero tuguchaka korente chongerio asa abana aba okay and yet in CBC correct egocha we are killing a whole livelihood anybody who has been affected I remember during my time injatebetunga in school yetu and by the way no enya samanyeta inja I've never seen a leakage gekabanga twaibere and I know what happened yes we made it but I know the grade some of us got we were expecting even higher okay so I'm doing an appeal and I'm on the record ubuya umuntu at the helm ye ministry no mheshimiwa Ezekiel Ombaki Machoko uyuro Gusii omweshimiwa igari kurenda bakenya bonse lakini ekirari igari no ringinja appointments chikuru igari ku represent omugusii okay so we expect if this is what is going to end his career in any case machogu career te ya cross boniga machogu is creating a legacy let him create a legacy you defend omugusii we are not saying agende keve to an unfair advantage but abana bagusii baegu obwene bwabo that one we inch as a person I'm appealing and I'll demand of it korwase omweshimiwa machogu number 2 ebisa kubinde igokoro rumuntu akuiba oiba pibero mu Kenya bamanya gochamo bachaka ngo mtu wetu anafanya nini anaguzwa I'm appealing to the leadership ya Gusii and when we are talking of leadership ya Gusii I'm not only saying abajumbe tubwata abajumbe tubwata sen tubwata baraye mweshimiwa Muchoge no arega of all walks we need to come together especially this time you have been placed here for such a time as this as a transition okay we do what it takes to protect abana into abana na kwegesa kujaito if we don't stand by them so are we saying we don't have future leaders? It will be a shame. We have to do this.
Majongero ramenda sasa mito ito mto swasi ngwana ito ingambe tukara goro yoroboti yorobaba Mass of Kenya yorobaba tugetwe nebi goge bibia Azimio moja na Kenya Kwanza robati ngero ramenda sasa tutuskumutu majongero bano aitwara kwani goro yamatem ngakiare ndote na Gusii to abere targeted actually kia tuensera Gusii tore ne Gusii to kwana na abana baito matem na chiko soka na kutura atwaro boba emini grediria togetera undi nature no na abana mpaka I think no na bakwa kinanje no na abana style yoko ba cheki na bako so na matewa no kwa style ba cheki tu bako friski na ba bete enjera engomsana igo bara ibaburi basoke bakwane ringane riri kero kabisa ende tumaye uskura bo sonte to ento kwane kwana yaito ya bene kero ya lengeto bikiane tukura ko ya lengeto kura chuteriga roboti bobo duduri tukure koro ano mobwa Azimio moja ose roboti na bara iberba choretwe bakaenda ko represent Azimio moja na Kenya Kwanza Azimio moja bakora wana Kalonzo Musyoka enze mindikora wana Kimani Chungu baso ageti roboti kondo roboti yoru igaba Kenya bange be murunga no na Azimio masiba dena ni chibes chaba Kenya kiasa ndigwa sense meri abo Mass of Kenya bana bara bana baikira kubabori na ndige tangani ni chibes chaba Kenya kiasa ndigwa ali ase roboti getwe ebuna abantu bakoteba kurenganaye kwarigeri roboti numura nuisa ndigitino roboti yoru Muchoge
na rurumbwada narurungo naso miri okuru muisonde pakalero all the points na kire raised number 1 mchi Muchoge as an individual na what a position iuria ya bombers I think na kira is several times na tevire osivne virengare via nevire na already there is nothing good that would come out of bombers. That was my stand from the word go.
And engage
bono iga na already report ye nene to yande to kunya soma tinda soma the 291 pages but I'm simply saying summary according to me that's there's no report there kendenge yo
kora badira wane kora badira kendenge yo na mauso mheshimiwa na roje kendoro ne tumakwenda mheshimiwa Ben kendingeraria aroje kia kyomo Kenya ne ka dogorgere ka dogora contest e kamati e korosiwa ni e korosiwa na aba Kenya bajete bara bakarira bogima bwakongire e karira mbake e kamati e korosiwa ubuyambura con ngano roboti rubaso ga
ubuyambo yo
kinigi yo garogia
kendenge omanyete I'm one of the people who presented and I can tell you where I sit in politics I'm placed very highly in the political structure of the nation. By the way, I'm the chairman of finance, PPLC Kenya. And on that capacity, nero ya if you saw, I presented, and I've been following, and I know the people, I know what was presented. Ebintu mbi arengoro rebi aba arenge gocha ko implement aba arenge gocha ko report lakini asegento kerure gaiga iyi report eri I think erine ye bwana ate kwokeri wechiko
200 plus pages yokeri wechiko
ewa
pana mirengeria
ewa
biya sana ngina nasi muchonge tuke kitabe getwalia tanga bonto kwano robotero kile kuma chikuria na oriere monto Kenya Kwanza na bora jana para de anambia rake.
You know, that's their opinion, and they're entitled to it. Personally, na bete involved na mangana ye vya me vinge gocha Kenya as a young man. No tualinga na ba braira, no tualinga na ba create mronge, no tualinga na ba muite, no tualinga na ba kitobu maya and the rest. So that freedom yabo yokukuwa nambuya I defend it. They must be free. Maybe they are, but I would defend either the party position or the government position. So they are entitled to it. I'm not interested whether this government or this opposition. What I'm interested in again to keke Konya or Kenya tomorrow. Number one, our Kenya baswete street okoramanda mano. And this is what I want Kuligeri Karonso directly. Mubuli ekero Karonso waswete street okoramanda mano. Waswete oro because what a position ya leader of opposition. Waswete para because what of cabinet prime minister. Is that exactly rasa kugenda korogocho Nairobi mali usora si tunya kwa mate gaiga mundo soete para igo kumubulika soete para kuligi amangana ya korogocho prime minister. No, mundo iga soete number. The most important thing here to Kenya para number one, the cost of living was high. Which is Kenya para. Elia kabere Kenya failed. Amangana electoral commission was a justice tiana kurwa as in semo commission ya electoral commission. If you majority bina ibirita abantu parnagi cost of living ya chiregoro na electoral justice takore tikiteyo tumano wacha bono number 1 ikikeireta abantu para amangana ya cost of living has it been addressed? They have suspended it.
You
see, Tankwa no montore nyakwae okoni echiro. Umana goteba na abantu mesare eria erigere gubiye mentwe umuntu nyakwae mata echiro na watu musara comment.
Tawatu musara.
Umuntu rese itonya tieko gari rogoro garia okoni matoke echiro na watu musara comment. So Intuacho, Kayo, the Karunsuka and the Tali was even one mark which could defend the employees of the Serikali.
I won't know about Roger.
So that's what I'm telling you now. Even the Vaso, I tell you what, and I'm only with the next person. You see, this is no Quirani Messara and send us in take a video. I mean, you could get allowances, just a car, and the wounds, traveling costs, and the wounds. This is something the cabinet, the Felix Koskei, I went to go to Sakura, from now or tomorrow, there will be no going out. There will be no expenses like this and this and that. That's just a moment. A king caring equivalent queer avante para us in caring equivalent Wimoki Karons, which we Karanza as a national bombers of Kenya or Kwande Kabirigi, a kinig and take a manalo kwan. A yakaviri. Even Tumbira Valente, for example, Kenyans Mbachi teaches treaty, Kotevia, Karonso, Naichungwa, you entrench CDF in the constitution. CDF has already been nullified, was by the Supreme Court. This thing is unconstitutional.
CDF tetura kwande ngende cost of living kiana kiarenge na kiarenge dige na linene asa nataka mheshimiwa nena ngende kipare commendate sense me sara nini nkie kwata kiriko koraria kono mwiri tibirege nkie kwata kiriko koraria ndina bono twada pitino ndo robotio ngibata idugo big
maite na te wangana ki robot rodi ni goro isaine rogwokeri wechiko ekero natenga ro isaine rogwokeri wechiko taringa igona chaya bari barengo including incho monyene ni nchiete nga present before them okay igoni nche ekina presentati nikero ororo no neba ne riete irimo na rero igona atanga ndi bwenete gwokeri echiko turarigereria twatebire how did we get it wrong ritangani igo twachagete gento keire tabante para ekukunga cost of living taribo and I remember incho monyene igo presented about cost of living obogima buna bwachirigo and you remember I'm on record, I told Kalonzo, looking him in the eye at Bomas, I told him with all utmost respect, we are not going to pray our way to democracy. We have to engage the real stakeholders. Okay? Akero twateba obogima bwachire igoro. Digereria sama guta nero. Omukenye gento nkirata manyete. Igo tubwate 16 levies. Chiko koraki? Chiko na chwa sama guta. Okay? Ebyo nabyo babwenete kurigereringa ninki geko gero obogima bwakorereki bwachire igoro. Kwanyora nga chile vichire garia. Okay? Inga oko and let me tell you one thing. Onyore na maguta. Ntubwate diesel, ntubwate petrol, ntubwate kerosene. Oise kurigererie trend yerororo and this is on record with not my feelings. Ekero korora gukina ayeta yana aragukina mono abwati gune petrol abwati gune diesel. Are you surprised why? Omundo rero ogutumia maguta yetaya kabwati voice na ndeta ika komanya nga maguta akinire ogenda ogora amaguta yechisinge komi ogenda bwokeri ekebe okoreki
ayakumira rutayo
you see no na yakomita iyo bona iga komo bona ngoida na turase to kore bigenga iga twarorera oyigo ogokineru kabisa nuri otabwati ese ori aro maetenga gaichanyo t-shirt ye campaign nera ko yegacha kabisa mpaka boni gome to mondo naro kubeke t-shirt yako yasoki enda busemba kukuminga kai ejegana vere but that's not what togo choju we petrol that's a middle class person oko abaigana butore keyboard warriors iga to yani are you saying abatogo supporting or opposing ambu yarode taringa igona ro soma taringa igona ro interrogate lakini okoba imanyetenga engineer mojoge no arade na ende na njete okoba akorire iga ekyubono igo oyunya sai
igo
kyabirikia bono rigereri abantu abaigana na ikabago cha bomas nasoge tanda I challenge them ngabateringa turigereri isika chigari cha petrol irenga chakoreki chaja abana bobwate industry okay ababono nabuchigo chance inga uguri barabumbare conscious mama ndanga to inikris gatobeke inse yake igo umuntu yiguri gozino ogoikaranza bomas amaguta agotumia iye diesel igarenze ko buye gango koreki inyero chengambu yande nkomonyoka ne petrol
nende na yeserikali bagu
na yeserikali number 2 origereri a conversation y'abantu ba chita se panel eri Raila aga appoint yabaye Ruto aga koreki aga appoint yabaye but inyora iga chikura chiagetu it was less than half registered voters abaiga very disgruntled were not represented. Okay, so to Kanyore Commission, it represented less than half of the country. Yunaendo Konyora, Ediganitierenga, Ekerona Kwana, Ingakia Bossiane, Igoyasima, Ecosoma body language. Okay? To Kamanya Konyora, Yuna Koretaki. I will even tell you even the names of the people who are now not the panel, the secretariat, and how they were appointed. So we got it wrong from the composition of that, because the composition y'abantu barengo igo bachete with a set mind ingegento togo chikorwanirane neke nkwaroche nonya no kwigwane venue ase bagochi igo yarenge nkongu because igo ngaye boss yane correct etageta ingenda. So the bottom line buna tu achietari cost of living was not on the table, and I'm on record saying that. And that's why report here ebwenete wokeruki echiko because mwananchi is not represented.
Well, I got to get a motion comentar. Motion to the Vena Muraira. Henga Yara Sorobotio.
I think that should come and almost summary. To discuss it in the in between. Is a silence is also in question mark. Simple thing in terms of cost of living. One way, the so-called middle class, where most of us belong. Kiaruro. As I speak, if I drive my car, I drive it twice a week. Because sometimes we are not able to afford mangana fuel. Number one, taxes chirichiko gara mafuta ya ndegoro. Najibari korusio. Egera cost ya mafuta korek iranense. There are too many taxes. Both si abantu ba colleagues na abantu bari cyo akari buna intwe. The county government, the taxes they levy, or the national government, the taxes they levy, or the taxes they levy. So once they reduce these taxes, both as in same way mafuta, then same way this ordinary taxes, chichaban very kire, nechaban bandichi viasara. Once you reduce that one, then you raise a new query in the the cost of petrol yacha we say this area nanze it means umuntu yokole mane tractor ya emugondo nandiki kwa muikili ubuyo na baro kwera ni ubuyo nse kwera ne dieselinse kwera na maftanze it means bono ene ka hoji kolema akwenyora igere raisi koleme chieka chinyinge kubwachiria unole kolema 10 bona baraleme 20 so that itonyore ndagera gento kende kiragera the cost of living. The Serikali should come up with the policies deliberate to make sure we don't import any chakura from outside. Chakura should be available, all kinds of chakuras, unless abantu abalinde barabana na serikali ba wake zabu nendaga nende bataita kurusu kubata etalika those are the people who are supposed to be taxed highly because of foreign exchange which gonna go import ndagere so ikaso bwengi taxes chiranense egere tuira ni mugondo tuira na factory kitu na chiro tokole production.
Pesa no manju mero distribu karawete tuende to kwane robot urwa to getu na batsan committee sidaro committee igoro rabara ba to tebgana robot uru kisora tena utakiru teru ichiko kiagera bintu biare kwane tu alikuwa nganere mbikera ndikera cost of living ya kwane tu recommendation is you and ya kwane to enda ase kana kinga singere ba kwane digoro ya electoral justice and related matters mangana ya yoko kweka IBC weka bonto orana IB stereotypes Tonyorena abantu mbale buna no nyamaye tora kwa example kitu Gusii nyamaye na nyansiongo ebi nyansioke kinankia beto mmc oro aga de busika goja nyamaye mmc na asira mpaka bono mbara chora mbara kura pambe mmc no rio kubatika no gusira kwa mmc obo ebon asenze me ya mangana ye electoral justice rompa tetikende arore grabade den reconstruction of amangana IPC bagate abana timeline yeki na kare petition ya vegiru na rompa oroje kendingire pa kwani dabana ke konyo mokenya
bia mano omanyete nago tavinga okay Kenya etu watu mchezo mmoja yani ubwa bunwasi
ego sorry
ubwa echeche ga kinta ngoira ndio lakini if you give me 1 minute okay Kenya ebintu report ye kinatebera yokeri wechiko nima na hote nima etebintu bya correct bya kwanetwo ne report ye gase barusete is not ya sebintu bya kwanetwo ye ne yabe ye baje tororo gokora because rigereria one of the things that was heavily gia begetwoneke inkige kogera cost of living ekwimuka gochigoro ase ng'encho Kenya twatwarire amadeni amange inkigekorera tubwata amadeni amange yo ekogera nonye na energy cost ekwimuka igoro ase ng'encho Kenya igo tugusaba chibesa okay chibwenerere gocha kogende project ikoroku okay chibesa icho nchigokoraki inti kogenda lakini kwanyora project nebekere chibesa icho bwena tokoraki for instance a very good example inkoe 2 cases ntugate ngento geko kwa SGR of which elevierororo boni gasa maguto muntu korunyagenge se itago akanera utanya korore SGR na maiso guso tama itingi gente kyonkero naenda nero kwimukya maguta arietaya uchi wakoraki nero kusunyuntu kabisa nenyundo into bwatererwe ya Kenya bwato buri mu bwaje ase gweta yarure Mombasa mpaka Kisumu mpaka gujikera ase okay ekero twatebete wini the standard gechirero nende bwato buri mu mpaka obwaki obu expansion okay tukamanya kuimuka tukamanya kuumbinga Kenya ntwanya kuyuge ntugikoro kwerero tukanya bono kuguru buri mu okay ase tokoraki ase togwetirero okay ikamanya kogenda rigo ritugoja gwakana mpaka omwana na uja gwakanira amini omujo korone ikatwarenge kuimokia oburi mu buri bwererwe we all upgrade what we need onyore gokaito buno buri mu boni gagenda Nairobi yo chiroro igendo ngeto kokanga expressway igo ya korubwango very cheap mint wanya ko yigo asenge njere privatized mbachiti eromba chiti kokora boremo ari urwaigo ibakajanga rato ko imoki igoro ekoreki ete to decongest lakini erero are ko kabanga go ikatotagore paka to bare naendo kanyanga abaigana ubakore teme gondo ko akanwa so in accounts the Simba accounts because you is a common subject take current discipline yako tenga every income must have a cost but Kenya iko tubwate income itabwate ko a cost you I don't know asegochi but when we come to electoral justice you know obobono na bubori tokoro kuboka yayo okay one of the recommendations about tenga abantu bago chikora chora IBC barasu kikukoro saba go chikianda okay I mean are you telling me abababerengi bago chikokoraki but I will tell you why and how that came about Law Society in that composition Law Society was given one slot okay Council of Churches bakaba given ibere akiti gankuboli onyo butayiboro bubukayayo ekeruga neti siasa inkiota agojera asende nje gisore uno mwana siasa ukominyoka gochia so mu pastor ekeruga neti amarandi gagocha asende genda so mu pastor ekeruga neti siasa inju asende gagocha bakaba Korworo gento toko kanga young Council of Churches Parliamentary Service Commission oiko bona so botutukanurwe ekaiwa mabagabe you the framers barengeratinga libageri mwe gori korwase opposition erindeni rwarari eriruase government bakamaya korwa wakaimoka wakakora una bakareta Are you seeing? Baka advertise. Advertise. Bakamanya kuimoka. I know monto yomo yo qualified yetari ayari achenje chuku. Iko genda government printer. Are you seeing? Gekamanya kuruwa bakariki. Ori is the yes person. Bono ba achiri norochi binago tainga igoko korige ndo korige ratinga nke boss yakora. Bono parliament yamanye kwajora ngube. Ama bagari eto abiriga koroseki iko twatukutete naenda na kigoro chabano bago sinikinga naenda abandi bagenda ororo batera bachikokoraki are we doing that from the interest of mwananchi gosi from the interest of our bosses
Kisona da kurba dira ngira nasi mujogara tena mujogo to tebena edaro committee ya ndo create amabaga ya ndara chiko misaba Kenya mono kero kwa negero ya mangana yu ya IBC wa
Entera iraniririo nataka comment kia my friend Ben akwanire electoral justice and related matters so ene report ili summary omuntu
ni summary ne ribwatange bionzo
of course yeah ne summary number 1 about the audit of the 2022 electoral process they recommended the evaluation of the they recommended the evaluation not the auditing of 2022 elections. Election ye nera ireta wante para. Number B, restructuring of the IPC. Commenta bantu babere asabali 7. That's where I totally disagree. More especially with the opposition. The government, a constitution error, a sharinjaro setuoro, which sectors chigo chora members. That's where laws society of Kenya comes in, the judges comes in, the public service comes in, and everything. Again, the whole thing should have been disbanded. I'm assuming to a candidate electoral panel ya choretwe. Onye tuanye candidate ya wata wantu 7. Pono mwaba mentera wantu bande babere, and I'm assuming ya babere no opposition ya tewe tu ujikorua. Baba wantu kianda. These 2 people out of 7 kiba ujikokora. In terms of you constitute electoral commission, the 2 people ekwere ndene ilina ki a quorum can always be 4 or 5.
Ndote bena bona banda bakiana bese ko ba mtwaro je na jepukati na jerera bakari ko bakana mono wondo dena na ba komenda e commission na bera toro
no, just a moment nari ko kwana the 7 bali ba chole the whole thing should have been disbanded. Egera ba chaka fresh whereby the opposition takes part. Aso kumanyana ki panel ki to chora which ko genda galia. If there was a problem in the act ya parliament, the sectors members be panel. If there was a problem there, so that we can still have 7. It disbanded, a check fresh where the opposition takes part. One opposition will take part as a book. The 7 and lower. So this, according to me, the whole thing should be disbanded. A point here. The whole thing should have been disbanded, but chakafre afresh. Otherwise, ikibwati maguru. As again, take about one mangana query and there 30 days electoral petition, then that can be okay. The 14 to 21. 14. 30 days was in 21, about 30 days, then that is okay. So long as you extend it so that any person who got a problem, at all humble time to look for the evidence and to present evidence here before the Supreme Court, Lakini again to carry it ante para na mangana electoral justice. Tindo anything strange igaiga kigocha kogera nendo wana inchi mbagende para eliaka bere osekyo maida se point yo neri na auditing evaluation about whatever. They should have gone further and told us these elections will be audited, the process na ya chagete na kichikura chagete na kichiako chiakolete, and therefore even the results chia togeto injire genuine was injire genuine and but a time frame and but which kind of auditing firm which you call it which audit firm which you audited party, of course not to change the figures, not to come up with a new president. No, the president, my friend Dr. William Ruto, will still be the president until 2027, but it's better to manyenga yobokora bwarenge bintu kibya chitebobe so that we don't repeat them in 2027. For me, there is nothing about electoral justice there.
Na kwa teba ngomenda kwa renge nande to tebena tumaje korona abantu baba kakane ndwaro je na wijujini wa moro teteri ko bekasi imoto tebena emba abanda mba bwa toro bodirwa dakire kuri kuruya ebabigete kando bakari koro isore karo wendere ko irene
ambe yamen ekena gani kora irani rinkerina ase uno mheshimiwa mochoga kwana inche I will not support and by the way if they dare disband the selection panel, I can assure you, looking there straight, we shall meet in court.
But disband?
They cannot. Why? I will tell you. Omanyete ikakitwa diganda kwa tabi number 1 no mheshimiwa imosigeto mwana mintomo ya atebirenga egento keire tabande para namangana yichikora I'm in total disagreement. Kura anjire ti onde para. Kiachi kura chigaku.
Mondo gata briso na iberu ngata chide para.
Wait. Riria iberwa engombe yane kero ya ibiru. Igong ririna ra ya ibiru ngwa kenduru twaso akoye bwati ama batatama nya okoraki asira. Tinko genda mugondo ngengombe ya ibiru ntebe ya ibiru ngende mugondo intore chae inyire mpime indio moshara imanya gochaga igato kukura ngambwate sie ngombe. It does not happen anywhere. Again, because you see, taringa serikali goja irete chikuraiga cost of living ikacharuka ngachwa. No, again tukiacha cover inkeri yaira ekero yaira spending ye kama yego skyrocket. Buna bono let me tell you. Bune gente ke bawata ngaba anyway ejuni matengo choro. Ekero tuanyora ngubugima bwangeire goki tukatanga ngubugima unga tukanya gobeka chisuguri yarani motwe. Chisuguri chito kobeka hadi nothing nechikura koibwa kera konyora ntutweka twaikire bono mpaka mawaziri yani ya serikali ekataki ikoma ngananga nechikura chereta abantu para eroga aki I'm not persuaded with it.
Well, the most important thing kireta abantu para nenjara yakabere
nechikura
the electoral justice. Let me tell you, because I've been involved all this through. My brother, let me tell you, I've been involved in these things for quite some time. Of course, chikura njire tabantu para.
Lakini kizoro kani.
Lakini okonyuruguru na okuyana niriga. I think ina chikuri ikireta abantu para abantu baganyete bina bikagenda koti bigakora kyango ndabona rero alternative biniri naki once wajire Supreme Court a Supreme Court yancheranire yego se ya make a ruling you should say we accept the results but we don't agree with your verdict to what anything else. If there was any problem electoral justice nangaliri immediately nanganoeka after the ruling ya court nanganali in the vichage. That's what he's talking about. No mundo chire mundo le mirokorekia okorekiano. This could have been an excuse. Naki yes no entoko generally conditions are very right. Engineer naki eba time tiba karona ki the conditions right but to downgrade amangana electoral justice here country would be wrong. It would be wrong. That's why we need a totally transparent electoral justice. According to me, the entire panel should be disbanded, opposition and the government and all the stakeholders. My brother Teva, those there are almost about 13 million people. Out of 50 million or out of 20-something registered, actually the number of those who never voted could be even 50% of those who voted. A second year. So that all these are stakeholders. By Karanze, Bamano constitute a panel unbiased. Otherwise, the 71 plus the 2 about our Chorwa, 2027, we might have even a worse crisis than Ivono.
And I've seen where we are totally divergent. Number one, Abasaba. Abachori, Taliban to Wauchi inside this. A panel, a which got chora, abantu Wauchi correct? Okay? It's called a selection panel. Okay? It's a selection panel which is going to go to our chairman. Nature Commission.
My brother Trag and Afar, if I interject, if the process is wrong, the outcome is wrong.
Wait,
if the process is wrong, if the process is not acceptable to stakeholders, then the outcome will be totally wrong.
Yes,
if, for example, Abantava 7, they had some biasness. And therefore, we can answer out of 7 yaba, no embanebuka. Now I would decide Mubako be electoral commission.
It's okay.
Of course we are.
Wait, before we go, I'll challenge my brother to tell me how the process was wrong, and I'll challenge myself to say how the process was right. Much as it went against my, it went, you know, I accepted as Ngateanga, my voice has been heard, and minority has carried the day. I will tell you how the process, you got the selection panel was right. But you know, yeah, debated in parliament. But the criteria toko genda nenye. Okay? Iga bantu abasaba bachodire igo muratebe ngana ki onye PPLC enyenjo PPLC mwachorete representative ya ino Evans Misati nembe betebe nga PPLC rana rentomo omonto what onye PSC you cannot assuming, and I'm saying this, assuming because yejigane chi sector inye tuko koreki current representatives. It was not uniform. On in case of churches, but they gungenjo mwachore to monto, you know, benda abantu bainoya, but blanketly it will not be right because like now, as my brother is saying, opposition never represented. I can tell you, opposition and even government were represented. I will tell you that people were applied for that position. Evans Misati. Omungwana nare korurogoroga igomorio okorokose Shadil. Tu abgato muswati okorokulilian. Into abgate Wambwa. That's on PPLC alone. Are you seeing?
Okay. Ingi korangana mojogina dena banda bari kwenda kabonsi igera batetena 9 babere bamento ngibadare kwenda bonsi kabuno yateba ende bacha
question niye aba babere bacha komento ron sector kibaguru
na kyo tanga abaiga babere is against the law abuye to 199 ngaba babere on what provision bagocha but abaiga saba abasaba there is a provision and the koranga bono chingaki ngata no mategera ri umuyanda I'm telling you abaiga saba iko mura agenda onyalo society mubatabi umuntu ino mwatoete a process kiara bona bono people yake otwa ngocho by the way we were supposed to have an election someone went to court mpaka erietari ayerika correct ikaba included because of the process. Are you saying I know it was such a tedious process that it would be unfair again to go back, but oise konyoranga there is a sector that did wrong, then they need to be told to revisit. But number 2 ababere babu ntomanyeti ababarabu hotia ababarabu obu yamboringa eyega naende babere nagota nago criteria se bakuru ekero parliamentary service commission ya etu echore igo ya advertise it current abantu from the public bono benyodire ngabarabu bari abajumbe bawe karanza bunge. They squandered their chance to donate to the public. Through the back door, but
in fact, even the panel can be 5. So long as the process here 5, it accept the process here. A question is tangani. Ekaraban act yeko ya rosetwe. There was a lot of opposition to that act. Yoko chora the criteria yo kubeka the sector. 2 we must accept that time the government was extremely unpopular. Nobody wanted to sit with the government, so whoever was applying must have been a pro-government candidate, including my friend Misati. We have done a lot of politics with him, so he's a friend, a person that I know. So including those people. So all these people who actually, including members of the Royal Society, they were all pro-government. And what I'm saying, this program, in 207, the opposition and the Kenyans rejected electoral commission. The opposition must be involved. He rejected the constitution, the act allows me. Then Kibaki went ahead and they did that. What happened? He had the civil war. So what I'm simply telling you, through experience, by the time this act was in operation, the people who applied, none of them represents the people. Of course, those sectors in Chiro, every sector never society, never the pro-government and opposition. Yeah. Oh, of course, they're all pro-government.
No, you see, to my point. We can, but I cannot reject the process. You see, we are good friends. Even when you have a glass, because I said this is not Azimio. Almost what about tomato you go and get secretariat in like akanga wake kura. ODM Tony Muturi no arengi akanga wake kura. Okay? Kerotoko kenda onye NDP Kenya. Beni no arengi umungwanuri akake kura. Tabu Dani is no arengi na Kenya akake kura. You see nabotura anga bantu nabotura anga somebody as a person. But yokopa munyangete does not make the process wrong. Ekero, let me tell you, ekero bwato mwana bwe konyire tuikubwata watu guta amachari amachabu no mwana igogo sibyo mwana
that's
watu
why
guta amachabu watu go mwana the process yero as it wa. Okay, let's differentiate a process and the personality. But again, no process here was good. About Joretu, you see, let me tell you, Enga Kinere Oracha, Tiganko Borio Moradia, Navaka Torega, Naegirena Roka. Okay? Ya ibaire koja gwemina mina ai mbare ngirenya rokende ara agumirika obosacho yo vegete satire mangore ngiega ogaire namba ngora iko twa machiri ko chigari ekero yega to gukora dera ingyo yakorera nande dera bwemina sawa nigive ne process kwa
sawa tigamba tebiga ngendo mugwekano yaba naboko aigwe nambere kandi abuno muswati uyinde nabone ndi final yago ikanyomba nene nyombe yo nyore mechano nyombe yeye so ekero yaire nere to kwa na 2027 nabura atumie process yeyi go bona whatever you 2027 then you have the house corrupts. And we don't want the house to collapse. So you won't be able to take your time. In fact, we are heading for disaster.
No, one thing I can tell you and one thing I can agree with him is this. Okay? Kenya na nina kirina gotebi again to mweshimiwa mojoga gotebi and what I'm saying is the same thing. Na gotebi ngeto kobeka abantu who are not standing on principle but barigereti gakeiga konya gosega korika igarigereti ko chiari abantu mbare bakaibere asokora bune ekaramwe ko genda barangerinsi yarikire yani akubara kuruga namba isa so abaiga naba igotogokora with the end at heart tuligetinga ninki rutatagete inkiraira tagete bantu mbari ko chagari barigereti ngana ke inki kenye tagete that is
why
because no any panel on what we are talking about. Look at the heading on the executive summary. About audit. Audit of the 2022 electoral process. A statement, NADICO has recommended the evaluation. Evaluation. You know, we are talking of audit, but we are downplaying it to an evaluation. You know, evaluation can be anything. Okay. You know, start from there. Let me tell you, and you've known me very well. I choose my words well. That's why I try to listen a lot. Because I choose as recommended evaluation. To that point. Okay? What's evaluation? Buna bono say to ninjo mosongo, my brother. Say take a yoga say to ninjo mosongo. Okay, will you tell them that I'm wrong? Okay, so what we are saying here is nothing. Are you getting? So that's why I'm telling you that until, and that's why we say, until we evaluate an inner position of what is my contribution. Until we are totally lakini wane keroba ali kirege into buneke kwa rari tukuburinga evaluation ningi onye ntubwati rero onye tubwati dictionary naboko gugu then you will realize that this is ikenenge tukibwena kwa kari wechiko
ndanda kana sese memo democracy nduma kwirana etojigorana lane bari recommended obviously prime cabinet secretary na office of the opposition leader turina ibroge na birobio abakenya ngo bari kugara meka chipa siju tumeko osena ibyo ndanda kuranda sumutu mo masini osingo bataringana
egendo ngerenta akora na ngo batebe eko twengo kwana of cost of living twama yochaka manganayo remember abantu abange especially Gusii ntwanje tegetondo egento giaitira na kyotokogoka umuntu nabo mube igokonyora riro riekeroe akure kero yo makubinga gakyo yo na rongo jakora okonye kenyoro engaki yakibaki e cabinet go bange 42 okay but one we are talking of the Kibaki economy are you seeing so ekero tukuchaka gukwana nga civil servants nga tokati expenses ya traveling abantu bari 40 to the kibesa baenge gotumia na aba bagotumia are you seeing it's not we cannot salvage a situation kurwo mwerio are you seeing tukuchaka gotebanga nga mojoge bunachaka ige studio inga nakekera gere bwoyera arenchara igukura rigiriri nga mojoge na kyakorete echogete we need to evaluate cost of living as cost of living devoid of this. Let these other ones be variables. Let's not deal with variables.
Vio sana majumurire ngumenta kwa nataka tuenda somo tumoginko irana nsome ya semester jimu tumire asistudia semambi yaboniga kando jenjiroro na asisemi mitanda kunni ngada utugwa tumire uchumbe ana kiro joro bote ruwa watu gitwe ekara bange paro kandide bandu batere kana rotongeri gwe chiko abande bandu batena rumbi yarore kana jino numrai kwense na rogo kere taze aketa taro mojeti mono yero machikoro ngo favor rule serikali ani mujiko tena nguguru parliament rogo parliament kiro jokoro ani ge jokora ekero mwana inji aganyete korire ngikende te kokora kana sinsitio gento skena Ndizi TV wansusi to siumia sense menis chonko na tore asika kere bosio
Ndizi TV Ubwansu Gusii Gusii Urban Blaze Omugaso ubona turiguchi ko babuna butambe kuna naliora anore kuna chaka gotebo yoereirwe uyoga kitako tomopi ironya bwate cha mwengeire bugimo botabo tomopi omo science niyende omo science niyende nigonde imea Gusii Urban Blaze #ekebemboli Migi yali na koronyaramba chenkorkunga MC Migi make sure kwa watch the show korkunga Gusii Urban Blaze ogotoka Nyamira kebirigo no timo girango ninchungo monyerere nigukomerana na Petra Mukira asichingeru chabasai mama wololo jirani ananimada amejibeba mwenzenu minapagawa korkunga fake star yote bagagunga jirani asomurobere Gusii Urban Blaze #ya mitandao yonse #ekebemberi nyoro morobere yoigani gokora tunainje Petra Mukira kila ritukuri ya Jumatatu goika Ijumaa
kuanzia saa 8 hadi saa 10 Monday to Friday
kerenkoboka mami naeweka nkorota mami tobute mpaka boire ngwanchela inde baka mami aliyagendreta simitandao chingero chiya aliyakorekanire elyo kumanyumu sao bono na kumukinya kebirengererio ime ya Ndizi TV Gusii Urban Blaze umurubyo gugwikia ebirenko binde #ekebemberi Otakere wobazi Simbaneta Ogenda Bonjari Simbaneta
County ya Kisii mugachora itaya koba umugavano ino nabono umugavana Paul Simba Arati itaya amone county yonsi ya Kisii bakubariganya asumo yabugwa kambuye mono Thanksgiving party jimaine gitariki 25 n'isatungutinya 11 umukoega 2023 meyegati Kenya Mache Stadium umugani bwesiko numurai bobo bwa Azimio 1 Kenya omoske Raila Amolo Odinga Namarai Monday Bechinginchi Chonsi ime ya Kenya Usiengima Mbaboro Panyangero bachire nkuma bunabono Prince Ida
Akoniero kosa matimo Akoyomoni wena
Nawigonsi kurwa asorogongorwa Gusii
Umwikabo motikimintwe Ejiponga pointi chomobere
Ijumaine gitariki 25 umutinyoiga oikominarimo umwakoega mwenze mwariganigwe
Umachoge bwabura Simba netaya Umachoge jaje Simba netaya Aye sauti mugirango Simba netaya Naribali
Esukuru y'okwegerya Burundi bwa Kigali ya Rocky Driving School nige gukomanya buna mpabwa tubukora yubya asibirengo ao byo Burundi bwa Kigali nabo kwegera ekerengo gya A2 B1 B automatic B professional C light track D1 echuchire PSV Burundi bwa Kimatatu cha 14 seater D2 PSV Burundi bwa Kibas CE heavy trucks F PWD chia bantu bali nobarema bwigomba bwate short courses chia BCD na B executive obuye bwukwigira na Rocky Driving School mburiye buna ebirasi byabo nigo biri flexible chinga kigere cyonsi urataka rituko nigo bagosomya umwaka mugima aborukiya babo nigo banjire n'ikiumbe kiriye gikurira y'ubusera bu Burundi bwa Kigali gia NTSA buyo nkwigirure aseze mu yemesa basic mechanics basic first aid na yanda mange batalire imeyo rugonguru Gusii asebali imeyo muchukisi asenyumba ya Market Plaza irange na Uhuru Plaza chinsage chinde nigochire asemeche ya Nyakoe ensemo ya Kyoge Junction na boigo asumuchukil Goris mbabwati special offer bono asebali bakolire ekerasigia form 4 muwakere simi umu manager Rocky Driving School. Umurigiriye bu television ya Ndizi TV umurugiriye Gusii Urban Blaze uyungo kirakira gituko rya Jumatatu wika ijuma gucakira chinsa isano n'iseto wika chinsa ikomi na Petra Mukera na Miss F nigo gukoretera umuyigo munene kigima bugukuru mwaka na bwo gucinkira ebiyego by'abateria bamatera yabasaye
Nakaribisha katika Gusii Urban Extravaganza. The only 5-star hotel in Kisii, imagine.
Gusii Urban Extravaganza chitari kibere cyumutinyi 12 asoma bogani Ukamen Park abateri buna Zaro Classic Van San Umunyama Malika Junior Adidi Flavor Smart Killer Musumari Najboy Pen Killer Oro Nyambobe Gaza City Okoa City Teddy Brown Man V Eriogo Rapper Steve Tiger Msanii Jeff the Puja na Bandabange abubagendrete kwelikia Mbikere Naroro na Koreto Mogoko Uchakira chiza isano nisa tuchamugaso Gwikarigo robe bono ayibuno mwanchi wabateriaba nabo igwo mwanchi w'omurubyo Gusii Urban Blaze tware tariki yogo kiranaroro elyo yaliko basira chaka kugore ticket ya bono lipa na M-Pesa till number kianda isano nemo marakane isano eyemo guswa kesimi asichina mbichi elyo manyamange ebesa yogo soiraroro nichishiligi chimi ibiri chuka Gusii Urban Extravaganza na Gusii Urban Blaze ekebemberi bori Ndizi TV ubwansu bw'omugusi.
Biamano wanu mwanchu mariro Ndizi TV kanada toto bwati asemambe yabone mnampono kwegorere TV yao sembano watonyorere asenze meri yemitandao ni otuna bagani bane ase studio asemambe yaboniga aneka to kwanda lyagendrete gokolekana asensi to ya Kenya ane moneka to kuredia oroboto nyeturu kubwato kwali tukulichuma amo ne dialogue committee ili kurawana Kalonzo Musyoka mona kimani chungwa mona bande panyale bakubwata koroboto yurutwara kwani sezoka chagida ndurenda sentundende yakabere konde karuna kwegorere TV abone uswa tubati asense mitandao no tole nabagani bane ase studio buna elikira se TV abo maleta bana alikire butona barabo ase studio asemambi abone ko yabon twikira alia katota katurali na akoranga no robot yorndo adena job is nyi chukorosu adena office of the leader of official position ne office ye prime cabinet secretary akina takaba agani bana barante ina nande robot yorbono ne rogo create positions iri karwa ko kwana mangana cost of living tangu turakira na tura kwane yo konti anda soma nganjere enso meche SMS biresa tubaliba tumire ase studio na adena hey topic yengi kabisa mago discuss mbiamano mambia engi asante sana enalo adena Musa Omarenga ye matongezi diebo chugembo iko barode adena ege kondo abantu aba nebirogo bachiete kweroseria na kolie chibese chia omwana omorwa eba dena kondo ni chibese bachiete kweroseria bachiete koli na kodigia na korosia na kolie bango yomoke. Asante sana dena good discussion. Port Kenya Kwanza and Azimio did not represent our views. They report to be disregarded. Thanks brother Ben and Muchogi. Watching live from Nyagenge ni Nyangwono Labane. Asante sana. Nara wadebona akolingana ni bunge nigere nene gose ebunge nigebwata Kenya Kwanza bank oroboti rowika asin ebunge nduri ko adapted yekaro majorana ni gorogo favor serikali na hungu moira ni molena tojo so in the parliament ni chu na vera adapted barona bakuranja no rolego biesan bwakire bia ngwanira bageni as studio injeri di nyaboke gaki serikali bono eronera ya tukolepi mangana ye tax takwaneri okorana Kalonzo ni gajetaga sundoka agengeru ene birenge bya iridia koruna Kalonzo korani gajete akaengerwa robotiro gasoka boyo asante ne karomanda to machi SMS yo ngenda semeli ya Facebook ndarana baraba to mire chuchumbe chabo konene baraba to mire wetera ACPG yane baadena mbore ringaba gani studio na bono Azimio moja position ya bonere raira nere togo tegerera usen Kalonzo ambo kamol mobire na bono kiara raira Kalonzo na tometuali bono ngo tegerera ngo biasa na nara oteana ere fake munyua oteana bwa kiribia Ndizi TV mbiamona asem kwanengia ine raira renga kiatara kwana esoro ruwa botu gutu kiato arabara ibande ba ukwali niga kirete esali aroseri u obis na obisi echibese ago chikoni chiaba Kenya aboto de mona obisi ago chikoni li biamona selmana tumaji chumbe cheno asemambia bona tikatorera torarana obisi ya rosiwe eturaja kira mucho obisi bona ya rosiwe ya official leader of opposition niyo chiko konyo mo Kenya nande kiara bado tu arabantu babuli isuguri no embali obisi niyo chiko konya ba Kenya ko stereo abaiko na cabinet prime cabinet secretary haror nande bona badire abor naki to kwanengani
mbiamano Brighton as Ribagelio. Number one, leader of opposition. Katiba tigo to table. So only you go introduced, it means it will change the structure of governance yaito
katiba yenyu
so we got to end the referendum. It can create the position of the prime minister. It now changes the structure of the executive. It means anything that touches the structure of the executive, you must go back to the people. To the people. You must go back to the people. Number two, Kenya, we must agree. Katiba ya 2010 yetu tokuruka presidential system of government. Whoever wins forms serikali yaye, and parliament acts like the Congress in the United States of America, whereby the minority and the majority and the minority. That parliament yetakeire oversight the executive. Tapasa kwa tevyo buchingo bako atotebya na parliament na impine serikali. No, opposition is the minority. No, under the current constitution, the parliament is a certain arm of government on its own, is supposed to oversight the executive. So we can do this onye to target the parliamentary system. Mangana ya lead of opposition, the minority in parliament, we remove it. Only to target the Quirania lead of opposition, then we must agree to do away with the presidential system to impact the parliamentary system, whereby parliamentary system tokochora babunge, tokochore prime minister becomes the head of government. If we have to have the president becomes a ceremonial in terms of therefore, it will increase. Again, not increase. Intervention will affect the structure of government. So, for how long? To go to Kogenda, Toros Pakatiba, to new change about the parliament until finally because somebody can easily go back to court and you challenge because they have to bring a bill in parliament, they have to bring everything, it has to go through all the processes, public participation and everything. Prime minister entrenching it in the constitution and already know what to mundo prime cabinet secretary. So are you suggesting that you are already doing something illegal? Because now wanyere entirely again to yo mintabo lina Azimio with the read of Azimio as born is Raila. But he cannot make a decision on his own. He must meet his colleagues, his coalition principal partners, by Kwanza, but deliberate banchirane. And therefore, I would blame abantu bachete as a bombers would discuss. This thing they should have been able to negotiate and console as times goes. Pakaba we come and one that they could have rejected it. Was acceptable?
Office of the Prime Minister, office of the leader of official position.
You don't put tuikubeka gankebeke Gusii tuikubeka gechenge kejia asitichuba chirichinkoro. You don't put new wine in old wine skins. Ekiona kigenda kemogiato itire Kenya. Inda kuira magegasi ni kiagera ba Kenya igotubwata amneshire igorake. Tuabwate katiba ya renge single party. Eyu yabeta repealed section 2A. Ekaba repealed in 1991. December of 91. Eganchira multi-partyism. One of the things we are being to ororo, no to abgato mundu kukunga leader of opposition. I remember after Chikuracha 1992, for the Kenya, ekanyore birugo 31. Yarenge kora una Jaramogi Odinga. Okay? For the Asili, ya Stanley Njindo Matiba, ekanyore birugo 31. DP ekanyora 23. Badi barengo, I was young. I was born natural a politician. I know this history. I have it. I remember enga kiria ekero Jaramogi angegoja shikuku ominyoku ikaranse ekero keri kia leader of opposition. Jaramogi ochori gereri osoka. Okay? Oikaiga shikuku bwanga ekero matiba nerachire shikuku manyagosoka matibo ikaranza. Etu abwate constitution iyo ya recognize leader of opposition. Eyuega cha ngwara mpaka uru na leader of opposition Kibaki gocha. It was entrenched in the law ya Kenya. Tugacha tukanyora a progressive constitution 2010. Eyu itu achiete tugake biche constitution ya America tutamanye tinkiega neti ebinde mbono tokonya ko understand ekamanya ko chinchiringa leader of opposition. Are you saying ekamanya koruhe kamoroka leader of majority na leader of minority
under the new constitution, because
you see opposition constitution ya ito ige ko recognize chinsa moibere isiko ga ige bigatu kukwana nganje igonde Taifa Democratic injeni gonda ekero tuko cha legislation katiba ya ito te ko recognize katiba ya ito ko recognize opposition in the house
you're minority
minority side na majority side. Okay? Ikokoro osie kirugo ketari ko so abunge maria. Nakyo kirina gota ebingubu bega iga igoto kona gokoro ubwabu nwasigete tutamanyite ngankie yani ibintu korigereri go kuminga but why did I say old wine new wine in old wine skins? Okay? The ideas we're bringing are new. But guess who we are giving them? We are giving to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, who is an old wineskin. We gave in Tevikamo Komebiko Muata. Ikobuna babate ango so tari ero gosundoka. E pressure imari e binte bitanareti ukoiga no koruta. You know ukoiga no koruta gesusu amachi ime. Gesusu nkanya go swim. Okay? We need to have a consultative and up to date.
Wisana. Ekero egebingo na jekro wa deure na ntokurda gesumachi. Tuarone Kalonzo obaso kiroboti mbaruri lakini tuarone yujini wa maru ikonyo wikaransari okanire. No mata karona kanete ko ntayo mara kini yujini wa maru atena yaya injetin ko beka roboti ruse ingike koro.
You know ege koro kineke.
Kya nsema ya Kenya kwa sana turarondeka okana na tariko beka sei.
You see,
because it favors them.
Kenya Kwanza,
it favors them.
You know, my friend, no mokore. Tikango tedi emeginero ororo, omugaka ru mutindi, emeginero ororo, omugaka area koma ikaranzire. Kenya Kwanza, omugaka nabwate kiranya. Are you seeing? There is no way na nyoma bangi na ikomi kama begeta nyomba igako mwakoro na ndo mongina kwa jawa sakanga omugako ngabusire tanga ageti mono tango biseti. You know, so what we are talking about here is what are we na ketwari geringa evaluation nkoranga we evaluating. Are you saying? So ebiruge bigabi cover made. We are not seeing logic. And that's what we've been saying. We are not, you see, Kenya until we are ideologically driven. What want to tell me? Okay, let me ask you. We are talking of Kenya Kwanza and Azimio. Okay? You know, in any democracy, you go to what? Capitalism? Socialism? Now, and independent. Can you tell me what Kenya Kwanza stands for? Can you tell me what Azimio stands for? You see, until we become ideologically inclined, we can either have personalized democracy or ideological democracy. Until of course it's an institution, but until what do we learn? These things like not having
ngainire ase oroboti oro kero ganire katiba go ikichinji
umuntu ngainire ase report ye mwananchi ngainire unless I hear Raila talk lakini ignare comment neki ebiroge ebi bya leader of opposition no byarenge BBI ngo vikanete Kenya Kwanza mara ibwense agakane biroge ebi agateba okuno komentera bantebi garama tukiingia huko mambo ya BBI mambo ya katiba wachana nayo tunaenda kuenda mambo ya bottom up. Yes ili yakabere. So therefore it will be ironic of him to accept ibirogebi gatebete ikasia ino okonya abantu abake tabwena to create position. These are creating positions. Iria kabera sense mo opposition. Ebirogi unless bato tebi they are comfortable ebirogi opposition bagendrete no musara no karoro tumanya na kigas yao ba kitali no kwerose dibirogo. And then we should accept na ki berose dibirogo ni byabo na ubagwata chinguru tikabaragire lakini anything for the common mwananchi. The most important now is the cost of living and electoral justice.
We sana I wanted to go kora.
Elia kabere onye bago chinchivi because under the some kurinda report yabo as na about tebana na we should also look for the change of county boundaries. Ikeroro maybe mutaraka right is there nagi na romba tebete that we should now look for the change of boundaries considering like quite some counties you had complications in boundaries. It is they want to increase counties and more especially kinsemuna chabakuria cha Mount Elgon area soko nyole small population yegesa kwikyao ere minority abantu bande. I don't think that is going to assist the Kenyans.
Biasa na bona takana ko birobitu biare birobitu bamyo keresan tukumana mo Kenya manyo ko mayor botu runa rwa so gatu ngai ndio department dipeti unge gusko jibosio takata tebi umoto nda so message yakeo. Okay.
Before we go there, umanyete the fundamental issues totalarigereria. Asoro about you. Forget about our feelings, and I keep saying that. Odi korarigeredi boni bintu batayigwana nete. Ebintu batayigwana nete ebango. Bayigwana tigoro yebango. Bayigwana nitigoro ya housing levy. Bayigwana tigoro yebintu biri byakorereki. We are affected the cost of living arani. Igoro bakorereki. Igo babitikete. You see, that's when I was saying I know what was debated and what was presented. Was in Kenya Kwanza. Of course, a president will support it because into the finance bill, which we said needs to be reviewed. A finance bill
not only being reviewed, it needs to be done away with. It is the one which has actually
are you seeing? And that's why I say dinga ekerot umuntu una kalonzo angaga ari no aorogeti leadership asoke kuruorora totebinga egintu mwantu metega iga cost of living housing levy bangire ebibangire I can't sit here lakini cannot come ikaranse acha ke totebinga evaluate when it's audit. He cannot come acha ke totebinga ingabana che badiem. It has daily subsistence. If I'm going somewhere, I need to survive. I'm working. So when he brings that, it tells me these guys don't know.
Those are government austerity measures. There's nothing to do with the common mwananchi.
So when we are talking of again to kerigego tanga you igego fat and the heifer. Are you seeing? Ibirobyo biribi yabo igo bikoreteki. Ibirobyo bago kira. Because ye bangeyega no bago jakoruzi bono leader of opposition awakanukoro. So all this is crap. I'm telling you. Let's call it as it is. What are you?
Gusii Global. Then hello my brother Breton and following you live from Nyanganja, Summit Sub-County. Huyu Raila ameonekana sana karibu na rais. Hata anaenda State House. Je, hii ni indirect handshake? If yes, who will defend us if the opposition have supported the government? What should the government do to reduce the cost of petrol? How does the war between Israel and Palestine affect the cost of fuel? How opposition have failed us? Useless. Useless. And the high cost of living was the main reason to the kimbisana na askari kimbi hata sasa ndio tumekauka, so expect the matter all matters of mandamano with or without Raila. Adena bono Raila ni atarangiri mandamano abantu rana bara soke para with without. We never get a relation morade na following atubazi besana. Petro Mokera, good morning to me watching live from Malaysia. Asante Makot Joseph adena na male watubazi bia adena kwaneli abageni asemambi yawe. Asante sana karongori nandega ndojina wakira bia Douglas Mairura kurwa bobasi mwananchi kawaida okule pi economy is going up because they are looking for funds yenyewe watalipa opposition adena neba kariguli jibese ebiroge ba create bona orobot yoronga irogochi kurwa karondo jibro bitu bisira kwa irogochi kurwa
eroge na parliament parliamentary debate erwanchirane barosie bill usibaru tukute yekera banchire egento gekagenda ko acted immediately in terms of getagete policy statements ya serikali ekore asabatagete bill bill yo gochenje katiba erosiwe egetagete gochenje na bawujwanjane gochenje structure ye kwerende ye referendum. They will do that and go back to the referendum. If they don't want, Parliament should sit and agree and save the situation. You go to the referendum, Parliament can pass it under the constitutional amendment. So, Tindi very sure whether the Parliament need without going to the people, whatever affects the structure of government and fundamental rights. You send chapter whatever your constitution whatever mangana rights the rights ya Kenya.
You know, these are recommendations. You cannot challenge recommendations.
So challenge.
Oba ene no. Ekero monta anyure changa. Atindire arariro mogoko. It's up to bari bako murusio mogoko ime ase bako mwera. Usually muntu oritabuga ate say na bamotiga abo na bako kwero mogoko ime bako muruzi bako mwera nyombonya barabaya na bako gendaje bako ika na bako ika akwera asobo kendume. What is happening and as a Kenya today toikera ase togokora siasa inge yobarebi aba Kenya tutamanyeti ingi togokora ki togokora ikena kege kogera engabu na bone nkuba ekogende akeiga ase urosana enchogu esimba egechure binyore byonsi ebiye bisitamo ekero bikorigere byanyore igobono no bitene namo iyesimbe ko kubinga yego chakire gechure ye kubinga ikego chak you know ogosi jugotama you see ebinabyo biritoka kogenda nga okoba nyarebe gosemba ba kwanirega bone kaendo siringa komi no emboni ganyi weta abantu bakonya bateba ngana ki tikatora ikunki baba go kwana my friend for me nge baba kwane for I respect him but nimbwato bongo bwane and I will differ with him. It's only that maybe people you not here but in just a person and a few others and that's why it really kills my heart. Amanda mana ya gatu achete para ne yunari yungota itonga barebe after miezi 8 umuntu ochichomanya kwa tenga na iberu you know tuachaka dika tokuburinga boni genteke yachire ina kitugo chenjiri chiko bunaririe ka otwa kwere tuo ya reta te nusu mukate tuachaka naende kumnyoka asif chikura igoro chereta abantu bakwa. By the way, I feel bad for those people ba amagoka abunigetu abana bande bagatigongu abana bagakwa manyange kero umuntu omwana wakwete misi naende naera bwekore ngororo kwamanya konyanga na report na ere yegocha honestly where are we naende kwamanya kuruo twakwanyanga turuche ko naende tugandeta mbare
kikinare go tebi menta se point ya kwanire there is no police brutality era se report ye there is nothing, there is no compensation of the people died out of the demonstration.
They are not even acknowledged.
They are not even acknowledged. That's why sometimes
they are not even acknowledging the people who died here.
That's why sometimes I agree with the president because now there are people who died out of this mandamano. Inche nalego wa appeal debate to utware debate report ye igerengia rather than kogende segi mbia tugambe tumusanane lakini omwege twancherane egere tumubwe country to forward abantu baminto banswagusi ngo bakrambia mono lakini gento tutakira okora mu Gusii through our leaders bali elected plus our church leaders and the rest tutaitu kurangiria muguto noyo more leaders from the MCAs baga church leaders and even leaders of institutions plus n'abachumbe bali tochorete once pibachamo tonyore declaration yo mu Gusii where the way forward in this country sasa kikinalego kwa sawa
pesa na kimo choge tuakule pi kwa sababu of the cost of living ni Mungu peke yake tu tuakule yo anima jugyo tene tukwete pi engali yo mwelo pe
mbia mono mwancho mategere no yo torigerete asotorigerete korwa no Kenya kwa jumla na ende mbiamono Ndizi TV asogoto nyarari bageri my brother Machoge mbiamono asogocha it has been a wonderful engagement inche gonkuru gukurera kwane gochia especially abantu baito abasai amo n'abantu baito barito korokunga opinion leaders aso wanja waito tuinyore amangana former American ambassador iga totebetinga choices have consequences, and these are the consequences that we are facing. Tigatore tangani tore bodi totara irubu na chingondi tore bodi nga inkieke, what do I stand for? The change that we need must be the change that starts with me as a person. If it's not going to start with me, if I'm expecting a metamorphosis from without, within it will never happen. Tigatura anyara korigere naende tora nonye na basika batochorete naende bunantu abagusii n'abatebi kururitanga ninga twabeire buna cyombe kiroche ngagiri na pastors ekirari turahira nanka turarigererio obore ubweito turari anja intu buna tore muntu tayugo korusi suti ya atoboye tigatore boyiri cyanja beririria ito tubwate kurugabo nyasa tubwatisi lakini onyore tugojikonya kuminyokanga igendo kikiabeire utwachaka kubwati cyombe saa 9 yabo tuko ole wetu mbiamono
Besano manju muno Ndizi TV tukolera abegara twakwanira mange twagachaga tumurobin kwa kirambia mara kwachara kuri Ndizi TV na Smosi mbabe bago jaga twakwana mange ndukwana siasa mono igyatwa kuri kwando roboti uri kana tukwana siasa bado bino roboti robatero rotongerwe chiko nandura tokonya bado ke siasa na vengana niko turasa konkurende na wakirambia mara kwachara Ndizi TV na Smosi karatwana kana bageni bana sema mbia bana tukotaya na tumira nangyo asense meliyo bachenu asumurubirwe nsakya twarubulio bye Ndizi TV na Sumuse tuwalengina choshota yone kuna manigine chibi chago chere asenjira bene buna butambeyane Brighton Makoli.